नमस्सर्वेभ्यः कक्ष्यायां स्वागतं। प्रार्थनया प्रारम्भं कुर्मः। गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णुः गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः गुरुः साक्षात् परं ब्रह्म तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः। सरस्वती नमस्तुभ्यं वरदे कामरूपिणि विद्यारम्भं करिष्यामि सिद्धिर्भवतु मे सदा। ओं तत्सत्। हरिः ओं। गतकक्ष्यायां मुद्रणे किञ्चित् मम मैक्रोफोन् सेटिङ्ग् सम्यक् नासीत् इति प्रायः किञ्चित् क्षीणमस्ति। अद्य सम्यक् कृतमस्ति इति मन्ये। मुद्रणे अपि सम्यक् भवेत्, कक्ष्यायाम् अपि सम्यक् श्रूयेत। किञ्चित् लोपः अस्ति चेत् सूच्यतां, दृष्ट्वा अग्रे गमिष्यामि। अद्य द्वितीयपाठे अन्तिम उपभागे स्मः। संस्कृतग्रन्थकारपरिचयः। संस्कृतवाङ्मये ये ग्रन्थानां रचयितारः सन्ति, ग्रन्थकाराः इति तेषां परिचयः इत्यस्मिन् उपभागे अद्य तु साक्षात् व्याकरणशास्त्रज्ञाः के मुख्यव्याकरणशास्त्रज्ञाः परम्परायाम् इति ज्ञास्यामः। विविध व्याकरणपरम्पराः आसन् पुरातनकाले, परन्तु पाणिनेः आगमनादनन्तरं प्रायः पाणिनिप्रधाना एव व्याकरणं, तु पाणिनीयं व्याकरणम् इत्येव अस्माभिः। किमर्थम् इत्युक्ते तेन व्याकरणसङ्ग्रहः सूत्ररूपेण यत् कृतमस्ति अद्भुतमस्ति। बहु संक्षिप्तरीत्या तेन सम्पूर्णसंस्कृतवाङ्मयस्य वर्णनं शुद्धशब्दं कथं भवति इति सूत्रग्रन्थेन सूचितमस्ति। तु तस्य विषये एव प्रप्रथमं पठित्वा गमिष्यामः। सामान्यतया व्याकरणस्य अध्ययनस्य आरम्भे श्लोकमेतद् उच्यते। तदद्यापि वयम् उक्त्वा अग्रे गमिष्यामः। येनाक्षरसमाम्नायम् अधिगम्य महेश्वरात् कृत्स्नं व्याकरणं प्रोक्तं तस्मै पाणिनये नमः। येन अक्षरसमाम्नायम् अधिगम्य, सम्पूर्णसंस्कृतवाङ्मये तस्मिन् काले यद् अक्षराणां समूहः अथवा शब्दानां समूहः आसीत् तत्सर्वं ज्ञात्वा अधिगम्य कुतः प्रथमस्तरे महेश्वरात् अधिगम्य, साक्षात् महेश्वरः शिवः एव अक्षरसमाम्नायं रचितवान् इति तत्र माहेश्वरसूत्राणि इति भवन्ति। तेषाम् आधारेण एव अग्रे गतं पाणिनिना इति अस्माकं मतं क्षम्यतां। तु तर्हि एवं सूचितमस्ति। कृत्स्नं व्याकरणं शुद्धं, अशुद्धिरहितं शुद्धं व्याकरणं प्रोक्तम् उक्तं तस्मै तादृशः पाणिनिः तस्मै पाणिनये नमः इति चतुर्थी विभक्तिः तत्र। येनाक्षरसमाम्नायम् अधिगम्य महेश्वरात् कृत्स्नं व्याकरणं प्रोक्तं तस्मै पाणिनये नमः। पाणिनिः अष्टाध्यायी इति सुविख्यातस्य व्याकरणग्रन्थस्य रचयिता पाणिनिः। अष्टानाम् अध्यायानां संहारः अष्टाध्यायी इति तस्य समस्तस्य वर्णनम्। अपूर्ववैज्ञानिकरीत्या, एतत्तु बहु सत्यम्, अपूर्ववैज्ञानिकरीत्या रचितः ग्रन्थः एषः न केवलं व्याकरणशास्त्रे अपि तु समग्रे शास्त्रप्रपञ्चे एव अद्वितीयः अस्ति। बहु सत्यम् एतत्। वेरि टेक्निकल्, एक्स्ट्रीम्लि वैज्ञानिक, ओके, अद्वितीयः अस्ति। शालातुरग्रामवासी पाणिनिः शालातुरीयः इत्यपि उच्यते। सो रिमेम्बर्, पाणिनि अष्टाध्यायी, अष्टानाम् अध्यायानां संहारः, वैज्ञानिकग्रन्थः, शास्त्रप्रपञ्चे एव अद्वितीयः इति गण्यते। एषः तुरग्राम, शालातुरः अथवा शालातुरं न जानामि, शालातुरः ग्रामः अस्ति, तस्मिन् ग्रामे एषः वसति स्म, शालातुरीयः एवं सूच्यते, तस्य अन्य नामधेयम् एवम्। एषः ग्रामः इदानीम् अदृष्टवशात् अनदृष्टवशात् क्षम्यतां दुरदृष्टवशात् इति वक्तव्यं, दुरदृष्टवशात् पाकिस्ताने पेशावर् जनपदे अस्ति। लाहूर इति तस्य अद्यतनं नाम। शालातुरग्रामे पाणिनेः एका प्रतिमा आसीद् इति चीनायात्रिकः ह्यूयेन्त्साङ्गः लिखति। त्रयोदश्यां तिथौ पाणिनिः स्वर्गस्थः जातः। कस्मिन्नपि मासे, प्रायः न तत्तु अन्यत्र ज्ञातुं शक्नुमः, परन्तु तस्मिन् मासे त्रयोदश्यां सः स्वर्गस्थः जातः इति भाव्यते। कथम् इदानीमपि? अतः सा तिथिः वैयाकरणैः अनद्ययनत्वेन परिगण्यते. So they take virama on that day and pray for Panini. Basically in every month cycle or every fortnight cycle, or at least in the paksha in which that Trayodashi where he went, they take the rest day. Etasya matuhu nama Dakshi. So Dakshi important. Okay, Dakshi. Pituhu nama Shalankuhu. एतस्य कालस्य विषये बहुधा भिन्नाभिप्रायः अस्ति. Because in our sampradaya the kavis never tried to highlight about themselves. They focused on the subject matter. If at all they let themselves a line or two to pray in the beginning. That's all. And sometimes even that prayer was a single akshara prayer, as in Paniniya Sutra Grantha. So these prayers are all later kavis for Panini's sake they have created. He himself doesn't have a Mangala Shloka, anything, because it's a Sutra Grantha. There is no particular paddhati in Sutra Grantha of making some Anushtubh Shloka, etc. like that. At least not seen in those ancient Sutra Granthas. Okay. पितुः नाम शलङ्कुः. एतस्य कालस्य विषये बहुधा भिन्नाभिप्रायः अस्ति. तथापि क्रिस्तपूर्व 6 शतके सः आसीत्. 600 BC आसीत् इति भाव्यते. So 2600 plus years ago. पाणिनेः पूर्वम् अपि बहवः व्याकरणग्रन्थाः आसन्. व्याकरण, वैयाकरणी is the one who does व्याकरण. Okay, आसन्. अष्टाध्यायी यदा आगता तदा अन्ये ग्रन्थाः लुप्तप्रायाः जाताः. They became a little irrelevant because they were not so complete or accurate as Panini's work. इदानीं ते ग्रन्थाः न उपलभ्यन्ते. But we get reference about those within Panini because he talks in certain sutras about the opinion of another Vaiyakarani, Purvatana Vaiyakarani, and because of that he gives alternate sounds for some shabdas. He creates pathways for accepting those forms. Samagraha Shabdarashihi, no Mahaprana. Samagraha Shabdarashihi Suparishkritataya Sankshepena cha Nirupitaha asti Ashtadhyayam. So in a very compact way. Paninihi Sutrakramena Vyakarana Vishayan Nirupitavan asti. So what is this Sutrakrama business? Basically it's identical to the software technology that we use today. So we use databases, then we use formulae, basically coded through some language like C, etc., to utilize the data that is there in the databases, not necessarily one database, but maybe a common database, but with different sets of data, okay, for different things. So same technology is there seen in Astadhyayi. So he has got pathas, the database they called it pathas, and then the sutra is the software which works on the patha. Okay, and basically the program is sitting there. What input you give, For that, the program works and gives an output. That is the beauty. It's exactly like software, his work. And all the modern software technology of concurrency, object-oriented programming, unbelievable things are seen in his Sutra Grantha. Okay, it's quite complex, and that's why it's brilliant. Vaidika kavyakaranam, Vaidika kavyakaranam, sorry, there is no additional ka. Vaidika vyakaranam api asti Astadhyayam. So there is two types of deviations in Sanskrit world. Because of ancient pre-Paninian Samskritam that is present in Vedic Granthas, the variations seen in them which contradict with the Laukika Samskrita that is otherwise used during Paninian time and around that era, there is a branch, okay, of forms of words and grammar, etc. So what he has done is he has included the variations seen of the grammar in Veda also in his Astadhyayi, but not completely entirely. To a large extent, Laukika Samskrita and Vedic Samskrita are covered by him, because factually Vedika Samskrita actually has a lot of Laukika Bhasha Prayoga also, in addition to specific Vedic technologies involved in that. Vedic specific technology means grammar techniques. Okay, so Vaidika Vyakaranam api asti Astadhyayam, but you will see not entirely. But it covers Laukika Vyakaranam. Not alone Panini's work. We call there is a parampara of Panini where there are further guys who refined and gave us additional corrections and erratas and things like that. Okay, not necessarily errata, I would call them enhancements. Let us call them enhancements. Okay, with which together with all that we get the Vyakarana of Samskritam. But we still call it Paninian Vyakarana, like Raghuvamsha. So, what is it? Okay, next.
Sorry.
Please ask.
Nagaraj here. This one sentence I didn't understand. Can you just explain? Samagra sabdarasihi suparishkrutataya sanshepena cha nirupitaha asti Astadhyayam.
Samagraha, all, Shabdarashihi, the heap of words present in the Sanskrit world. Suparishkrutataya, in a very, very clean way, in a very complete way, in a Shuddha way. Sankshepena, in a compact way. So, and in a compact way. Nirupitaha is elaborated. Asti is Astadhyayam, in Astadhyayi. Very easy. The Vibhaktis teach us how to, I go Butler order because I prefer that. So, entire world of words which is there in the Sanskrit language has been compactly and very cleanly described in Astadhyayi. Described in the sense their creation is described. Okay, it's not like a table of words or anything like that. Okay, yeah.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
So now on the right, I have some visuals instead of the usual colorful stuff. I have some practical, useful stuff. First of all, I would like to thank our government. In 2004, I think they came out with this, as late as 2004, which is sad. But anyway, they came out with this stamp. And this is an iconic stamp because whichever artist created an imaginary picture of Panini sitting and doing his Grantha writing with all these various mathematical figurines, etc., which is kind of appropriate. And also actually you see Brahmi numerals there, though actually Panini is less about numbers than about Shabdagnana. But anyway, but he does use numbers for his own sutras, so in a way it's appropriate. Okay, because the numbering is very, very important in Paninian Sutras. So, yeah, we thank Indian government of that era for having come out with it, or some intellectual within the postal department at least who got it through. Okay, now there is a wonderful website called Astadhyayi.com. It's fairly straightforward spelling. I will share it in the group, or people probably already know it. Okay, www.astadhyayi.com, like that. Okay, and in that, one brilliant young engineer of Google, he happens to work in Google. He's a Maharashtrian youth. He has created a wonderful portal where he has integrated all the available computerized aspects of Sanskrit language into more or less one place. He again, just like the Vyakarana Parampara, no? He writes on the shoulders of other big researchers who have done some work, and takes advantage of those works and gives them a portal to for us to access the Bandhara that is there. So the entire Astadhyayi itself is very not just typed in there, it is there technically in complete bundle. It is available in one place. So for example, the first sutra of Astadhyayi, if you leave alone the Maheshwara sutras, which are actually the base sutras. So before we come to 1.1.1, we study the Maheshwara sutras and then come here. So here, what is this Paddhati? This is the Adhyaya. This is the there are 4 subdivisions in each Adhyaya. So that Varga is here, and then this is a sutra number. So there is a triple index like that. Okay. So each quadrant, pada, it's called pada. Yeah. So Prathama pada will have so many hundreds of sutras, second pada so many hundred, etc. So in 8 chapters, and to all told 32 padas, 8 times 4. Okay, 32 padas. There are 2000 plus sutras of Panini, and prayaha we say around, because there are some Patha Vedas sometimes, but in this Astadhyayi Sutra Pata integrated, you will see so many sutras, that are 2000 odd sutras. Okay, the first sutra, for example, you see these are nothing. They are okay. By the way, all these are pure Samskritam. Okay, but technical Samskritam. Very technical Samskritam, not you can call it actually a Vyakarana Samskrita. Okay, because he uses lot of symbols. Software needs symbols, so the symbols are very intelligently coded by Panini. He tags lot of knowledge into the symbols. So the symbols themselves, actually you can call them tags. So the tags actually carry lot of properties which are used throughout in running this software. Okay, so Vriddhiradaich is the first formula, and this is actually there are 5, if I remember right, 5 or some varieties of sutras in his software. Just like in modern software, you have definition statement, declarations, and then control statements, and then and then the actual program statements. Like all these are seen in more or less in a not exactly mapping one to one, but in that style are seen. Okay, and to understand that, we need other beautiful Vyakyakaras who have explained all that. So we can now understand Panini Sutra through the help of those Vyakyakaras. Okay, who we are going to study next about those guys also. So here what he is simply saying, Vriddhi is the terminology given to Aich and At Varnas. So that means from the Maheshwara Sutra, some subset of aksharas will be called Vriddhi Akshara. Okay, and then similarly Guna sign is given to Ad and Eng letters. These are called Pratyaharas. Ad and Eng. Yeah. So these are called Pratyaharas, and they are basically set names. Okay, and the extra letters will be there to temporarily give a name to them, and then later they just after expansion they lose their meaning. Eng will be expanded it to some A or something like that, and then after that Eng is gone from the equation. So Guna like this. Okay, Ikaha Guna Vriddhi something he keeps go, and then he gives some generic formulas also. Okay, so his own scientific knowledge is used in ordering them, why he put them all in a certain order. Sometimes these orders are important, sometimes there are other rules that define how to take the order also, what is the priority and things like that. But you can see these are all his sutras, or we can call them as very high-end, very high level language, not a low level for is equal to type of language, but it's completely mathematical. Everything is almost an expression. Okay, all right. So, and then you see this web portal, Nilesh Bodas is the Mahodaya's name, Nilesh Bodas Varya. He, this is a little old view, but you will see more and more improvement is happening daily in his portal. So if I click on Vriddhi Radh there, it is a hot link. I get full explanation, including the English summary, etc. If I click on SC Vasu, I will get English summary of that, etc. Kashika Vritti, everything. And one of the most famous is Siddhanta Kaumudi. We are going to study about the Karta of that one. And Lagu Siddhanta Kaumudi, which makes Siddhanta Kaumudi somewhat accessible for dumbos like us of this era. 2000 years later, we have become dumber, so we need all this help. Okay, and there are lots of commentaries. This Mahabhashyam, Siddhanta Kaumudi is not very old. Siddhanta Kaumudi is just a few centuries old. Okay, something like, you can call it Vijayanagar Empire era, something like 500 some years ago. Mahabhashyam and all are very old, and that is actually the greatest text available, which helps us to study Panini. So the Siddhanta Kaumudi and all that stand on the back of those great works. Okay, all right. So again, I am not going to go into detail, but you see here, Vriddhihi, Prathama Ekavachanam, At, Aich, Adaich. See, there is a sandhi done by him, softening of the takara, etc. Prathama Ekavachanam. Why this portal has this explanation of Prathama Ekavachanam? Because there is a lot of significance to it. Panini uses Vibhakti like a technology. Vibhakti, a particular Vibhakti means it is a LHS element. A particular Vibhakti means it is an element to the right side of what we are looking at. A particular Vibhakti means it is an element to the left side what we are analyzing. Things like this, he uses techniques brilliantly. And if it is for both sides, then he uses another Vibhakti like that. And when we read those sutras, the Vibhakti usage is very, very congruent. I mean, it's not because he's just randomly chosen those Vibhaktis. When we read it as a Samskrita Vakya also, that Vibhakti application for understanding that it is something next, something before, and something on both sides is understood. Okay, so that's why it's brilliant actually. So yeah, so this is called the Sangnya Sutra. See, this is a declarative statement, assignment statement. Okay, it declares a variable and defines the set that belongs to it. So that after that, wherever he says Vriddhi, he means that whole letter set. Okay, so yeah, and the Vriddhi name, sometimes these names are meaningful, sometimes they are Paninian special names. Okay. We just take them like that. We don't try to take Laukika interpretation of what is Vriddhi. But in this particular case, Vriddhi Sandhi uses these Vriddhi letters, and there is some kind of a growth coming from the basic Swarakshara to the more higher Swaraksharas, compound Swaraksharas. So like that. So yeah. So A, I, O, these are Vriddhi. These are Vriddhi letters. Like this. Okay. So yeah. So and then see, all the explanation is there. Everything will be in Samskritam in his first analysis, but if you want, you click on SC Vasu, you get some English summary also. As is probably he has applied and taken rights for representing the text of SC Vasu, etc. Those guys are also very happy to, the publications are happy to help more or less. Some of these are of course out of copyright, so he can freely do it. They are millennia old. This is important in today's world because he should not get slapped for some copyright violation, so he needs to take those care. Okay, so that is summary of Panini and little bit of the Astadhyayi. Of course, Astadhyayi itself is a great study. You guys should undertake afterward. Somebody is trying to annotate on the screen, or maybe I did it. I'll clear it off. Clear all drawings. Yeah, I must have done it. Okay, my bad. Okay, so let us go further. Katyayanaha. So this is the second important acharya. Okay, after Panini that we appreciate. Okay, so for example, I'll read this shloka. Okay, this is all extra. Whatever I have added is all extra. Vakyakaram vararuchim bhashyakaram patanjalim paninim sutrakaram cha pranatosmi munitrayam So the Vararuchi, who is known as the Vakyakara, and Patanjali, who is known as the Bhashyakara, and Panini, who is actually the Sutrakara, I bow down to this entire trinity of Munis who gave me this wonderful Vyakarana. Okay, so see, so Bhashya Patanjali, that is the Mahabhashyam. Vararuchi, and also known as Katyayana, okay, is a Vakyakara or Vartikakara is another thing. He has given special annotation sentences called Vartikas. You can call them as addendums and corrigendum, etc. Okay, and that's what is provided. And unfortunately, we don't have original work of Vararuchi. Luckily, because Patanjali's Bhashya contains the full text, referencing back to the original sutras of Panini everywhere, we can recollate the work of Katyayana. So, a later work helps us to recover an earlier. So, there is no separate booklet available of the Vartikas, but it is embedded into the Bhashya of Patanjali. So, we are even more thankful to Patanjali for keeping a otherwise separately not maintained text. Because probably they maintained Mahabhashyam and the Vartikas were embedded there. Maybe the Paddhati of keeping a copy set of the Vartika separately kind of was redundant, so that's why it is kind of lost. So it is not really lost because it is maintained inside this, it is there in that form. That's how I read it. Okay, so we'll read about Katyayana. Katyayana Vartikakaraha Vararuchihi iti etasya aparam nama. That's how he is known here. Vararuchihi iti etasya aparam nama. Eshaha Kaushambi Nivasi. I have to check where is Kaushambi in today's world, but anyway, Kaushambi Nivasi. Somadattaha etasya pita. Eshaha Dakshinatyaha asit. Now, don't take this Dakshinatya to mean all the way into this Dakshina Pranta that where we reside in here in Bengaluru, etc. Basically, within the Aryavarta regions only, if somebody was from the southern regions, for example, even central India, etc., they might have been called Dakshinatyas there. Okay, so but anyway, we will figure out where is Kaushambi and we will able to conclude about this Dakshinatya more clearly. Okay, Bhashyakaraha Patanjali.
Uttar Pradesh, Mahodaya. That is famous for Buddhism also.
Okay, so it is I think Dakshinatya within a small zone. Bhashyakaraha Patanjali etam Bhagavan iti Acharyah iti cha adarena nirdishati. So Patanjali gives a very high pedestal to Katyayana, because I think Katyayana's work actually again put a pedestal for Patanjali to progress further. So very important. एतस्य कालः क्रिस्तपूर्व चतुर्थशतकम् अर्थात 400 BC स्यात्. I mean about 100 years after Panini, 200 years or so after Panini is how we can imagine. Iti panditaah bhavayanti. We don't have any conclusive, but it's okay. Okay, by some reference, cross referencing, they conclude like that. Okay. Vartikani, Vartikam napumsaka shabda. Vartikani Bahuvachana Nama Sutranam Vyakhyana Rupani. They are little bit like a Vyakhyana of the Sutra in addition to some corrective statements that are there in them. Okay, Vartikani Nama Sutranam, basically additional explanation notes, you can say. Sutreshu Prayuktanam Padanam Prayojana Chintanam Anuktanam Padanam Yojanam Duruktanam Padanam Samikaranam. So, addendum, corrigendum and explanatory notes are collectively there in Vartika Grantha. Okay, so Sutreshu Prayuktanam Padanam, the words used in the sutras. Prayojana Chintanam, thinking about their usage. What does Panini mean by this? Anuktanam Padanam Yojanam, addition of unsaid words. Panini was extremely compressed, so probably Vartikakara makes a more laukika sentence around the sutra, just like we saw here also. For example, Vriddhiradeich So there will here there is doesn't require much more explanation sentence. If I click on a more complex formula, you need. For example, here there is a more laukika word. A, e, au, etesham, trayanam, vriddhihi iti sanya bhavati. So the fact that it is a sanya sutra, etc., all is included in explaining this. Okay, so this is the laukika. So of course we don't say this is not from Vartikakara's work, but I am saying roughly something like this. Okay, so that's what, because this sutra doesn't have any anuvritti and adhikara, etc., so there is not further explanation. So there is a lot of contextual knowledge involved in doing the anuvritti sahitam sutram. So here there is just a sandhi broken original only with a slight reordering, nothing there extra. See, one thing about this portal is lots of hot links. For example, somewhere he explains some other sutra reference. Immediately see anchor is shown with a sutra name and this is a hot link. So immediately a researcher can click that, analyze what is meant there and how that is linked here, etc. So it's brilliant this way. This portal is like unbelievable. But imagine guys, today with all this help also we struggle. In those days everything had to be in the head and a few granthas. Of course they used to have shishya parampara by which the shishyas used to be assigned. Do a dig up, find out, I remember something like this is there, just go dig up. Then the shishya will come up with that, oh, then he will include it in his vyakhyana. So when we see Patanjali, it's a Patanjali and his shishyas would be involved, is how we should imagine. But still unbelievable works from memory and from Tadapatra Grantha references. So okay, let me come back here. So sutreshu prayuktanam padanam prayojana chintanam anuktanam padanam yojanam duruktanam padanam samikaranam, which is correction. Cha karoti vartikam. Vartikani prutagrantha rupena na upalabhyante. So we are not able to access them as a separate text, but today we can recreate. Mahabhashye Patanjali krite Mahabhashye tani sammilitani santi. They are integrated in there. Katyayanasya Vartika Shaili Sutra Shailim eva anukaroti. Though he is not trying to be as what you call infinitely compact as Panini, he also doesn't go about making it like paragraphs of things to say. Okay, one sentence like that. Katyayanena Vyakaranasya Samriddhihi Visheshatah Vardhita Asti. So we owe a lot to him for further highlighting and explaining the works of Panini. Katyayanaha iti kechana. Okay, Patanjalihi iti kechana. Okay, this we believe these are the kind of representative icons for these great munis and rishis. Okay, so Vakyakaram Varuchim, Bhashyakaram Patanjalim, Paninim Sutrakarancha Pranatosmi Munitrayam. Next is Patanjali. So this Patanjali, is it one person or is it like again like Vyasa? We believe is actually a family of Vyasas, collectively known as Vyasa. Potentially Patanjali is also like that, because it is unbelievable how many things are ascribed to him. For example, you see this shloka. It's also a prayer shloka for Patanjali. Yogena chittasya padena vacham malam sharirasya cha vaidyakena yopakarottam pravaram muninam Patanjalim pranjaliranatosmi. This is a prayer used by every yoga practitioner, at least in India. Okay, so I offer my folded hands and I bow down to the Patanjali, who with yoga or who with yoga shastra, yoga sutra, he did the shuddhi, you can say. Yo apakarot malam apakarot. So the malam yaha apakarot, one who cleansed the unclarified things, basically things that should be filtered out, okay, of chitta through yoga sutra, that Patanjali. Further, padena vacham, this is referring to Mahabhashyam. By his Mahabhashyam, he cleansed our mouth. So he cleansed our mind through Yoga Sutra, he cleansed our mouth through Mahabhashya, and through his yoga, what do we call that, Ayurveda works, okay, he cleaned our body. So he is Patanjali is attributed to Ayurvedic works, okay, which Ayurvedic work, let us see if there is a reference here, okay, and then through his Mahabhashyam for the Vyakarana, and through Yoga Sutra for the Chitta. Unbelievable. Chitta, Vak and Sharira. What else is there for us human beings? Rest are mundane stuff. Sharira includes all sharirik things. So Vak is separated out as some connection between Chitta and Sharira for communication. So brilliant. Okay, so yogena chittasya padena vacham malam sharirasya cha vaidyakam ityukte vaidyakiya grantham vaidyakena yopakarot yaha apakarot tam muninam pravaram patanjalim pranjalihi aham anatah asmi. Aham is included in the asmi. So pranjalihi aham, the one with folded hands and bent. I am bending down to him. Beautiful verse. Okay, this in fact this first sutra, yenakshara samamnaya madigamya maheshwarat vakyakaram vararuchim, and then yogena, these three are always the Mangala shlokas during Vyakarana lessons. Okay, 3 Mangala shlokas. My Guruvarya in my masters when I did, he a youngster but a brilliant person. He studied in a Gurukula in the North Bangalore region, Northwest Bangalore region, and he has done some excellent books also. Yeah.
So yopa karotam.
Yaha apakarot. Yopa. There is a Purva Rupa elision that is not explicitly shown. Yaha has become yo. Akara is elided. Yaha apakarot. Apakaranam means to remove. Okay. So that is the sutra part. Let us actually read about Patanjali now. Okay. Patanjalihi. See, Patat Anjalihi Yasya Saha Patanjalihi. One who had folded hands, or one for whom our hands fold. Actually, that is a better definition. Okay. So you can take the Bahuvrihi form of this. Yasmai Asmakam Anjalihi Patati Tadrishaha Patanjali Ityapi Svikritam Shaknumaha. Yata atra प्रांजलिरानतोस्मि इत्यत्र. महाभाष्यकारः इति प्रसिद्धः अस्ति पतञ्जलिः. पाणिनिना कृतायाः अष्टाध्याय्याः of the अष्टाध्याय्याः विस्तृतं भाष्यं एतेन रचितम् अस्ति इत्यतः एतस्य एतादृशं नाम. महाभाष्यम it is called because it is such a grand work, leaving almost no stone unturned in analyzing the sutras. So because of that he is called Mahabhashyakara. Okay. Patanjalihi Kristapurva Dvitiye Shatake arthat 200 BC. So couple of centuries there, couple of more centuries here, like that. Shatake asit iti panditaha uham kurvantah santi. So they are guessing like that. Yeshaha Kashmiravasi asit iti itihasakaranam abhiprayah. There is a general tendency in this community to assign everything to Kashmir. Kashmir is not just the modern Kashmir area, it was a larger area, believe me. Probably including some, you can generally say it was north of Punjab. That's how we can say. Okay, Patanjalihi Prachya Deshiyah Asit Ityapi Kechana Vadanti. So he was a western region guy. That means more in the Pakistan, present day Pakistan area. Okay. Paninina Rachitanam Sutranam Arthanirnayah Kritah Asti Patanjalina. So he has done the, Katyayana's work also is shadowed by what is done in Patanjali's work. So very detailed Artha Nirnaya has been done by Patanjali. Udaharana Pratyudaharanaihi. So he gives examples and opposite examples. Because why you need opposite examples? Because you need to show, oh, in these cases you see this sutra is not applied. That is what Panini is explaining. So both the applicables and the exceptions are examples are given by this great guy. Shanka samadhanadibihi cha. You know, he himself in a Q&A style, he himself puts a question and gives an answer. That is the shaili, no? That's how even our Shastra Paddhati was. Put a question, argue against it with your Siddhanta, like that. Okay? So, Shanka samadhanadibihi cha Patanjalihi saralaya shailya vishayam nirupayati. Okay? Laukikaihi udaharanaihi laghu kathabihi. Imagine, small stories. Vinoda vachanaihi, joke, humorous words. Cha saha vishaye rochakatam utpadayati. So it's kind of exciting also in his work. Chatran bodhayatah guroho sambhashana shaili adruta asti Patanjalina. As if he is teaching his own shishyas like that, he has created the grantha. It's not very strict type of thing. So Shastra Kshetre. So like, for example, oh, do you ask why so? I know, I will tell you, don't worry. Like this kind of interjections kind of thing. Okay. Shastra Kshetre.
So,
yes.
Sir, what is bodhayatah? This is
bodhayatah is a shatranta form. Bodhayati, bodhayatah.
Okay.
Teaching. Chatran bodhayatah guroho. So this is Shashti of that bodhayan form that we know, no? Okay. Bodhayatah is Shashti because it's a Visheshana to guroho. So students teaching gurus sambhashana shaili, like that. Okay.
Okay. Yeah, thank you, sir.
Shastra Kshetre Mahabhashya Sadrishi Anya Kritihi Sudurlabha eva. Very difficult to see a detailed bhashya in any other sutra tradition as has been done by Panini, and it was required also for Vyakarana. You can only go on so much with one Yoga Sutra, but a Panini Sutra, it's not about the boredom level. Until you understand everything about it, it's pointless. That's why this bhashya is very important. Okay. Atah eva bhashya vishaye eka prashamsoktihi shruyate. Mahabhashyam va pataniyam, maharajyam va palaniyam. Either one has to bother about studying Mahabhashya, or one has to worry about taking care of a kingdom. I mean, it is as complex as that is what is explained. Okay. Because it is very big and elaborate. It's very scientific. It's a scientific explanation of something even more cryptically scientific, which is the sutras of Panini. Okay. So I think we understood that. You guys read again always. Bhattoji Dikshitaha. This is our Siddhanta Kaumudikara. You will see 16th century. See, Bhattoji Dikshitaha Suprasiddhasya Siddhanta Kaumudi Ityasya Grantasya Rachayita Bhattoji Dikshitaha. My Guruvarya, who conducts daily evening sessions for us, youngster again, he is a research scholar. He is from the parampara of these Dikshitas. Okay, it's amazing. Yeshaha Maharashtra Deshiyaha. Etasya Pita, actually another Dikshita, a more southern Dikshita who comes later, but in that Guru Shishya parampara. Okay, sometimes it is not always, remember, it is not always Pitru Putra Sambandha. Guru Shishya Sambandha was considered more Ghada than Pitru Putra Sambandha, because more samskara was given by Guru than just the genetics given by the father. Okay, Eshaha Maharashtra Deshiyaha Etasya Pita Lakshmidharaha. I am sure he was not rich, but had a rich name. Shabda Kaustubaha प्रौढमनोरमा इत्यादयः ग्रन्थाः अपि एतेन लिखिताः. Imagine, Mahabhashyam was his massive opus magnum, as we say in English, but he was not lost for other things. So he has written a lot of other things. Okay, some may be, I think they may be related to grammar, I think. Yeah. Etena likitaha. Yeshah Kristashaka Kristashaka Ashtadashamashatakasya is, I think, how. Okay. Shodasha. Kshamyatam. Shodasham Tamashatakasya. I don't know if Tama is applied at Shodasha level, but anyway, we'll take. Okay. So, Uttarardhe Asit iti Vidvadbihi Nirnitam Asti. So, he was more on the latter half of 16th century is the opinion. Etasya Siddhanta Kaumudi. See, even 400 years ago's information we are so loose. This is sad because I think there were actually guys who were maintaining this, but because there was no parampara of keeping a copy set of those side works, we have lost them due to generic burning and destruction of temple archives. Okay. Etasya Siddhanta Kaumudi Vyakarana Loke Suprasiddha. So, his Siddhanta Kaumudi is very famous. Prakriya Kramena Sarvesham Paniniya Sutranam Artha Udaharana Sahitam Nirupitaha Asti Atra. So, how can Bhattoji Dikshita top the work of Patanjali in the Mahabhashyam? What he did was, Mahabhashyam went in the Paninian order. Okay. So, what he has done is, he has given a slightly reordered, very intelligently reordered grouping of the sutras instead of the Paninian Krama. What he quickly recognized was, Paninian Krama was good for a software engine to work with. Whereas for a human being, he needs an abstract collection of sutras from 4 or 5 different places in one place. For example, if he has to analyze Vriddhi Sandhi. So, this Prakarana, what is Prakarana, Prakriya or Prakarana, is basically Sandhi Prakarana, Hal Sandhi Prakarana, Visarga Sandhi Prakarana. These kind of Prakarana arrangements are Prakriya arrangements, basically working on one aspect of the language. Okay. Somewhere only Tinganta works, somewhere Krudanta works, like that. Some extent, of course, even Paninian Adhikara sutras actually have that Samasa section, etc. But there are some intersperses there because he has to try to simplify the number of sutras. He has done some what apparently looks like random insertion somewhere to somebody who is wanting to go in an order. So, because he focused on compactness, Panini, whereas this guy was only writing Vyakhyana. So, he showed them in a different order called Prakriya Krama instead of Sutra Krama. Okay. Prakriya Kramena Sarvesham Paniniya Sutranam Artha Udaharana Sahitam Nirupitaha Asti. Again, he gives more examples. Bhashyadinam Ghabhiradhyayanam Krutva. So, he has read Patanjali like anything. Mahata Parishramena Parishkritataya Nirupitaha Asti Eshaha Grantaha. So, we owe a lot to Bhattoji Dikshita also. Siddhanta Kaumudyam Yaduktam Tat Pramana Rupena Angikriyate Shastrajnaihi. So, it is considered as the ultimate final word on resolutions. Okay, by other experts as the ultimate resolution. Pramana Rup. Tattva Bodhini Jnanendra Saraswati Virachita. Tattva Bodhini Bala Manorama Vasudeva Dikshita Virachita Ityadini Siddhanta Kaumudyaha Vyakhyanani Suprasiddhani. Because each of these granthas again introduce new terms, new methods, new inferences. Again, simpletons may need more help, so further hierarchy of Vyakhyana granthas are present. Okay, alright. And what is not written here is probably Laghu Siddhanta Kaumudi. So, another Vadiraja or some Varadaraja, Bhatta or some name like that is there. He created Laghu Siddhanta Kaumudi for children. Children means Gurukula children, not Shishus like we think. Okay, Gurukula students. So, that's also very important. Again, you see Bala Manorama. Again, these are all trying to simplify for the Vyakarana students who are still very young. They start like a 6 year, 7 year old onwards, right? So, that's what. Nagesha Bhattaha what is the time? Yeah, we are doing okay. We can finish this segment before we take a break. व्याकरणशास्त्रे सुविख्यातस्य नागेशभट्टस्य अपरं नाम नागोजीभट्टः इति. सो नागेश नागोजीभट्टः. शिवभट्टः एतस्य पिता. माता सतीदेवी. शृङ्गवेरपुरस्य राज्ञः रामसिंहस्य आस्थाने आसीत् एषः. Okay, may not be today Sringeri, but some other Sringeri perhaps. Anyway, so maybe current day Sringeri. Krista Shaka here 1660 to 1730. Okay, etasya जीवितकालः इति पंडिताः मन्यन्ते. So षष्ट्यधिक षोडशतमे शतके, something like that. त्रिशताधिक सप्तशमे शतके, like that we have to, सप्तदशतमे शतके, like that we have to say. Okay, एतस्य जीवितकालः इति पंडिताः मन्यन्ते. Actually this will be सप्ततम शतक and this will be अष्टादशतम शतक. Anyway, जीवितकालः इति पंडिताः मन्यन्ते, because 0 to 100 is the first shataka. There is an increment of 1 in shataka count. Okay, so very, I mean, we are talking of 300 to 400 years ago. Okay, लघु शब्देन्दुशेखरः, परिभाषेन्दुशेखरः, लघुमञ्जूषा, परमलघुमञ्जूषा इत्यादयः ग्रन्थाः एतस्य सुप्रसिद्धाः कृतयः, ग्रन्थाः सुप्रसिद्धाः. Okay, so this guy is again seems to be endless type of creations. Okay, so I think the most important one is Laghu Shabdendu seems to be still studied a lot in Samskrita masters level and graduation level etc. व्याकरण शास्त्रस्य सिद्धांत भागः प्रक्रिया भागः च एतेन सुपरिष्कृततया निरूपितः अस्ति. येषः न केवलं व्याकरणशास्त्रे अपि तु अलङ्कार योग वेदान्तादिशास्त्रेषु अपि निष्णातः आसीत्. They all used to be very colorful multifaceted characters, not with one narrow knowledge. Just like you see this, actually you see this, many great scientists tend to be great musicians also. This kind of thing is seen. एतेन पञ्चचत्वारिंशत्तः अधिकाः ग्रन्थाः लिखिताः इति श्रूयते. व्याकरणशास्त्रे नागेशभट्टस्य अभिप्रायस्य विशेषमहत्वम् अस्ति. So he is another important guy. He has continued the व्याकरण परंपरा as late as 3 centuries ago. Yeah. Okay, by the way, this there are a couple of publication houses that have maintained this tradition of keeping this text and reprinting them and making available for every generation. So one is the Chaukumbha press, which is present in multi-branch variety. Actually the family has kind of split a little bit, so different lineages of the Chaukumbha press owners maintain different printing houses, and all these are present in gullies of Varanasi. In addition to going to of course great Kashi Vishwanatha, I found time, I sent my wife and daughter for shopping and found time to walk into the gullies of deep Varanasi and located this Chaukumbha press guys and bought some old books from there just for the sake of it. I'm not good enough to read them and understand, but yeah, so it's there. Okay, व्याकरणशास्त्रस्य सिद्धान्तभागः प्रक्रियाभागः च एतेन सुपरिष्कृतरीत्या निरूपितः अस्ति. So both the prakriya, which is the actual utilization part, and siddhanta, which is the theory part, you can say a little bit. एषः न केवलं व्याकरणशास्त्रे अपि तु अलङ्कार योग वेदान्तादिशास्त्रेषु अपि निष्णातः आसीत्. एतेन I think we finished व्याकरणशास्त्रे नागेशभट्टस्य अभिप्रायस्य विशेषमहत्वम् अस्ति. So that is Nageshabhatta. So before the 12 o'clock break, you guys have to see if you remember some of the things. We have read a lot of things, so let us see how sharp you guys are. I will call out some names, or you can raise your hands after I read a question, so I can choose you. Etesham uttarani likhata. Tejasvi purushah kam na sahate. Any memories? Tejasvi purushah kam na sahate. हाँ सरस्वती वर्ये.
तेजस्वी पुरुषः परकृति
परकृत निकृतिं.
न सहते.
परकृत निकृतिं. Okay.
निकृतिं
न सहते. He doesn't tolerate the shame, bad sentences imposted on him. So that is called, he is very proud. So yad achetanopi padaihi sprishtah prajwalati savituhu inikantah tat tejasvi purushah parakrita nikritim katham sahate na sahate iti artha tatra tatan. Okay, so like the rays of sun, the pada of the sun is considered rays of the sun. So the mani, inakanta mani, vajramani you can say, okay, shines but as if it is angry. That sense has been taken by the Kavi. All right. Okay, so next question. Let me choose Lalita Subramaniam Varye. Pranatyagepi samsthite kim na kartavyam?
Sir, pranatyagepi samsthite akaryam na kartavyam.
Samyak. Okay. So Tejasvi Purushah Parakriti Nikritim. Parakrita, actually there is a mistake there. Kikritim I have put Nikritim. Okay. Read that correctly. It's here already. Okay. Alright. Second one, Bhagini. This is the verse. Bhagini, remember. Akrityam naiva kartavyam pranatyagepi samsthite. Akrityam na kartavyam. That which is a crime which should not be done. Okay. Nacha krityam parityajyam esha dharma sanatana. What should be done also should be carried out. One shouldn't be lazy saying, oh, because it is an akriti I am not doing, something like that. Beautiful. Okay, so that's what. Pranatyagepi samsthite akrityam na kartavyam krityam cha na parityajyam iti. I mean, expanded answer is enough to say the pranatyagepi samsthite akrityam na kartavyam is sufficient. Okay, next Geeta Bhagini. Okay, dhuri ityasya padavivaranam likhata. Kimapi vadatu varye. Dhuri iti shabdasya.
Dhur shabdah.
Punaha?
Strilinga saptami vibhakti. Ekavachana.
Very good. So this is from this verse, if you remember. Tasyaha kuranyasa
agrabhaga.
Agrabhagaha, correct. So in front is the total meaning of this. Okay. Agrabhage iti saptami artha, agrabhagaha iti prathama vibhakto artha. Tasyaha kuranyasa pavitra pamsum apamsulanam dhuri apamsulanam sakshame iti kirtaniya asti margam manushyeshwara dharmapatni shruterivartham smrutiranvagachat. So this is about the shloka in the Raghuvamsha about Sudakshina's Vartma for Nandini. So that is the answer. Well said. Dhuri agre. Okay, saptami. रेफान्तः स्त्रीलिंगे धुर् शब्दः सप्तमी एकवचने च धुरी इति रूपं स्वीकरोति. सुदक्षिणा धर्मपत्न्याः व्रतं पालयन्ती दिलीपम् अनुसरत्. तदर्थं सा पावन महिलासु अन्यतमा अग्रेसरा इति. कविः सा अपांसुलानां धुरि एव कल्पनीया अस्ति इति वक्ति vadati. Okay, so that is the whole thing. Of course you write less enough also. This blue portion is the most critical and maybe the meaning. Okay, everything else is a little masala I have added. Okay, it depends on number of marks. Next Ramanandavarya, tell me, so what is the thing?
Dhuri word, is it like a mati shabda vibhaktya pratyaya?
No, this is dhur, rephanta dhur shabdaha. So it is having its own complication. Okay, so we have to pick up a rephanta strilinga shabda and see its declension to understand dhuri. If dhur is not directly available for access to us in the archives, like astadhyayi.com shabda rupani, we can take some other repanta. There are filters there for putting strilinga filter, repanta filter, like that. Then you can check. Yeah, some close examples. All right. Narayanan Varya.
Namaskar.
Manmatasya danuhu kaihi nirmitam. Very easy.
Manmatasya danuhu pushpaihi nirmitam.
Samyak. Manmatasya danuhu pushpaihi, divya pushpaihi, if you want to make it divine, nirmitam asti. Very good. And Geeta Varya, did I call you so far? No, I think. You still have your hand up.
You called, sir.
You have taken part. You have taken part. Okay. So anybody else wants to participate? Okay. Rajiv Varya. Shiva, read the question and answer, sir.
शिवः क्रोधेन किं कृतवान्? शिवः क्रोधेन मदनं दग्धवान्.
कथं दग्धवान्? तृतीयनयनम् उद्घाट्य तत्र दग्धवान् इति स्थापितुं शक्यते साक्षात्. तस्य तृतीय नेत्राग्निना दग्धवान्. That also you can say.
अग्निना.
नेत्राग्निना. तृतीय नेत्राग्निना मदनं दग्धवान्. Very good. Well done. Tapobanga kopena I have added. It's optional. Shivaha. Krodhena. Tapobanga krodhena. Okay. Shivaha swasya tritiya netragnina manmatam madanam jajjvala dagdavan. Yeah. Dagdavan Mahapranadhakamsa. Okay. Let us check. Spelling may be doubtful.
Dha sir.
Mahaprana. So Dagdavan. Mahaprana should be there. This is spelling error. Okay. So now Rajiv Varya is done. Any volunteer for the Lakshmi Taleba Lakshmi Varya?
Yes sir. Yeah. 6-1. Gadya Kave Pradhanataya Kaha Gunaha Bhavati. Gadya Kave Pradhanataya Ojo Gunaha Bhavati.
Samyak. Ojo Gunaha Bhavati. Ojo Gunaha Katham Bhavati Gadya Kavyeshu. Pradhanataya Ojo Gunasya Vartma Katham Varnitam Asti. तत्र समस्तपदभूयिष्टत्वं समस्तपदभूयिष्टं काव्यं गद्यकाव्यमेव ओजोगुणयुक्तम् इति वक्तुं शक्नुमः. सम्यक्. गद्यकाव्ये प्रधानतया समस्तपदभूयिष्टः ओजोगुणः वर्तते. गद्यकाव्ये वृत्तिः छन्दः वा न भवति. Sometimes you can add this extra to get some margin because we know this. रसाः वर्तन्ते एव. यद्यपि छन्दः वृत्तिः एते न भवन्ति, श्लोकरूपं किमपि नास्ति, रसाः तु वर्तन्ते एव. तत्रापि different types of rasas are present in their own way. Okay, so that was that first segment. So now crowdsourcing. Okay guys, etesham tadditanta rupani likhata karunayaha bhavah. Karunyam. Very good. Karunyam or karunatvam karunata. 3 forms we have studied, no? Karunyam, karunatvam, karunata. Okay, kindness. Stulatayaha bhavah. Staulyam. Sthulatvam. Very good. Staulyam, sthulatvam, stulata. Well done. Heaviness. Viragasya bhavah. Viragatvam. Correct. Vairagyam, viragatvam, viragata. Well done. Vidhurasya bhavah. Viduratvam. Well done. So vriddhi, no vriddhi, no vriddhi. I mean basically generally. If you want to conclude on an average, go with vriddhi, no vriddhi, no vriddhi. Like that. Okay. Fear, diminishment is the vidhura bhava. Okay. Nirbharasya bhavah.
निर्भयं
So now there are two schools. Some have answered nirbhayam, some have answered nairbhayam. Okay, let us see. So it is nairbhayam. Okay, there is a vriddhi. Nairbhayam, actually nairbharyam. So there is another repa. Okay, because this repa, right? So nairbharyam, nirbharatvam, nirbharata. These two are easy. Nirbhara, nirbhara, tvam and ta. But there it is nairbharyam. Okay, little bit vriddhi work is there, and then this goes as a repa to yakara. It's not nairbharayam, it is nairbharyam. Okay, like just like vaiduryam, like that it is. So similarly, repa is there, no? Repa is there in both the places. So remember, see, rasya will go to ryam. Remember that technique. So what is this nairbharyam? Excessiveness is the sense. Okay, you can say fearlessness, but they have more applied it for the eventuality that fearless leads to excessiveness also, maybe like that. Okay.
Sir, it should be dependence.
Yes, dependence.
Yes, sir.
Actually dependence maybe. Yeah, I mean, I don't know why I took excessiveness. We will check it. Yeah. Nirbharata is like dependency. Yeah. Correct.
Yes, sir. And nirbhaya is fearlessness. That is with the
nirbhayatvam. Yeah, it is different from nirbharatvam. Yes, correct. Very good. I'm sorry for oversight there. Yeah. So number 3 section. Let us single source. So you everybody mute. You put your hands up to participate. Okay. Yeah. So etesham samastapadam likitva samasanama nirdishata. Geeta varye. Unmute.
Swargapatitaha. Panchami tatpurusha samasa.
Panchami tatpurusha swargapatitaha. Samyak. Swargat patitaha swargapatitaha iti panchami tatpurusha. Dhanyavadah varye. Asha varye.
Dvitiya, no sir?
Swargat varya. Swargat patitaha. From the swarga, one who has fallen, one who has come to the martya loka. Asha's iPhone, I think Asha only is handling that. Unmute, Bagini. Okay, for some reason she has her hand up, but now she is
hello.
Bagini.
Yes. Krishna Shritaha. Is it Krishna Shritaha?
Krishna Shritaha. There is no dirgha. Krishna Shritaha. Okay. Oh, sorry. What kind of samasa it is?
Dvitiya
Tatpurusha. See, Krishnam is a Dvitiya. Okay. That means here it is a kind of Dvitiya in the sense of a location of the ashraya. So one who is taken refuge in Krishna, Krishna Shritaha, Krishnam Shritaha. Okay, Dvitiya Tatpurusha. Well done. So now we have more hands. Dwarkanath Varya is wanting to participate. Let's give him a chance.
Ratnanam Akaraha
Ratnakaraha
Shashti Tatpurusha.
Shashti Tatpurusha. Very good. This is a Bahuvachana Shashti. Ratnanam Akaraha. So Ratnakaraha. So Divakaraha, Ratnakaraha, like this. There are many names. Okay. Ratnakaraha, Shashti Tatpurusha. Next, number 4. Same people who are participating. I have a new name. Sumana Varye. Sumana, unmute. Yeah. You are unmuted, but we are not hearing anything. I think something may not be right with your microphone, Bagini. I am sorry. Prema Rao. Prema Rao. So many are coming up. Guys, quickly unmute and participate.
Dane Shuraha, Danashuraha, Chaturthi Tatpurusha.
Dane. What vibhakti is that? Saptami Tatpurusha. So Dane is Saptami. So Chaturthi would be Danaya Shuraha, but we don't use that form. Okay, so the Dane Shuraha, one who is valorful in giving help. Okay, like that. Okay. Great in helping. Great helper. Like that. Next we call Divya Bagini. New names I am trying to pick here. Divya Bagini. Divya N.
Kundalaya Hiranyam. Chaturthi Kundala Hiranyam. Chaturthi Tatpurusha.
Very good. Kundala Hiranyam Chaturthi Tatpurusha. Kundala is a Karna Kundala, that ear ornament, we call it Kundala, no? The thing that hangs, ring that hangs around the ear lobe. So the Hiranya, the gold, is for the Kundala. So some jeweler, he is referring to this as Kundala Hiranyam, like that. Okay. Yeah, this one, this gold for the ear ring or ear drop or something like that. Okay, well done. So let's see what else is there. No, we are done. Very good. Sorry, few of you who have lifted your hands I am not able to call, but cyclically you will get your chance. Sumana has to fix her microphone, and I think Ramananda I was not able to call into equation. That's okay.
Mahodaya, in Tadidanta, that order must be Pullinga and then Strilinga and Napumsakalinga, no?
I mean, you can, we are going in a certain order as how we saw earlier. That's all. Any order doesn't matter. There is no linga order forced on you. But you are right. Karunyam is Napumsaka. Karunatvam is Napumsaka. Karunata is Strilinga. There is no pulling anywhere.
Yes.
There is no nothing like forced order, sir. That is there in Vibhakti tables, etc. You know, Pratama, we do Vibhakti first, Pratama Vibhakti first, then we do Ekavachana first. We don't go some random order because there is some Rudi Bala. Otherwise, another person won't understand. Okay. Geeta Bhagini, what is your question? Illa. This is not a lyap or tavatu. Tvam is a type of tadita. Each of these is a different type of tadita pratyaya generating those forms, but with a similar sense of meaning. Okay. If you go back to our original lesson, you will see that. Yeah, Prema Rao over here.
Other pictures I am able to understand. The last one with precious stones. Is it meant for that?
Ratnanam Akaraha. Okay, because it contains a lot of precious stones in the water. Like, I mean, a little mundane. Yeah.
Mahoday, ekah prashna. Krishnam Sritah, Krishna Sritah. Etasya artha kim?
One who is situated in Krishna. That means his bhakti, his faith, everything, his deva bhava is placed in Krishna. Krishna bhakta. Yeah.
Krishna bhakta.
So, sir, Shritaha is Ashrita?
Ashritaha, correct. Ang upasarga is not there, but Shrita is in the same sense, like technically. One who has taken Ashraya in Krishna.
Okay. Dhanyavada.
No problem. Okay, so I think we will take a water break now. 12:13, little bit more time than normal, but 12:16 or so, 3-4 minutes. 12:17, we will restart with a fresh lesson. Please take a break. I'll pause the recording.
Record progress.
Okay, welcome back after the break. So I have I see that in the chat somebody has asked, sir, can your screen be enlarged? My screen is in full HD. You guys have to figure out how to use your device to see my screen maximum. So nothing that I am doing is causing it. It's under your control, how you use the Zoom app, how you change the settings. So please take help of a youngster over there to get your screen to be proper. Okay, my screen is full high definition. As you can see from recordings, there is no lack of resolution anywhere. And I'm sorry, Devamalya was little bit upset. I didn't call him. I'll remember to call you, sir.
Oh, no, Mahodaya. I was mentioning that I also went to the Varanasi Gully's Chowkhamba publication office.
Oh, you did? Oh, very nice. How you enjoyed it?
Wonderful. Because I am an Ayurvedic practitioner, so I got many books from them.
So nice.
When I went.
So nice. So nice. Nice to learn about that, Varya. And thanks for using a Sanskrit version of your name.
Yes.
So now we'll continue the learning with the third lesson. Tritiyah Pataha. Tatra uktihi evamasti. महाजनस्य संपर्कः कस्य नोन्नतिकारकः. महाजनस्य संपर्कः कस्य नोन्नतिकारकः. महाजनः महाजनस्य षष्टि. संपर्कः प्रथमायां कस्य षष्टि whose. न उन्नतिकारकः. This is a hyphenation. Unnatikarakaha is a hyphenated, is a samastha, but na can be separated. Na unnatikarakaha. तो महाजनः यः कोऽपि अस्ति तस्य सम्पर्कः सर्वेषां कृते उन्नतिम् आनयति एव. तर्हि कः स्यात् लोके यस्य उन्नतिः न भवेत् एतेन इति. यः कुजनः अस्ति तस्य न भवति. कस् कुजनः यस्य अस्ति तस्य उन्नतिः अन्यस्यां दिशायाम् अस्ति. महाजनस्य तत्र प्रयत्नः व्यर्थः भवेत्. So you can kind of say there are people who are, incapable of improving themselves. So for them it is useless samparka. In fact, there is an advice given to us in the Shastra saying don't teach the Veda to the monkey or something like that. I forget the exact phrase. It's very cutting and harsh. Okay.
Na is not negative, sir.
Na unnatikaraha. For whom? Rhetorical negative. What is your mother tongue, sir?
Mother tongue is Tamil.
Tamil. So, யாருக்கு உன்னதி வராது? அவன கூட இருந்தாள் அண்ட்.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Rhetorical question. Negation. महाजनस्य संसर्गः कस्य नोन्नतिकारकः. पद्मपत्रस्थितं तोयं धत्ते मुक्ताफलश्रियम्. Panchatantra. Again this beautiful ukti. Obviously, if anything is cutting, it is from Panchatantra. Like both Kautilya are Arthashastrajna. So he and our Vishnu Sharma in Panchatantra and all, they have given the most cutting shlokas for us. Sometimes it is a little blasphemous almost to read them, to use the Western phrase, but they had no bounds of blasphemy in their mind when they defined the rules. Okay. So this we know now. Mahajanasya samsargah kasya nonnatikarakaha. What is this? Padmapatra sthitam toyam dhatte mukta phalashriyam. Okay. So this I will read this simple Sanskritam later, but here we'll see. For whom can the company of great be, not assuring prosperity at all? Rhetorical question. That's why the apostrophe. Does not even the mere droplet of water on the leaf or petal of a lotus shine like a precious pearl? What an upama. What an upama, guys. You see these photographs. I found very appropriate photographs here. Okay, so does not even the mere droplet of water, he's referring to a samanya jana with a limited intellectual capability or ability to shine on his own. But on the leaf of the petal of a lotus, it does shine like a precious pearl. Dew, morning dew, etc. Okay, Mahatmanam Sangaha Kasyava Pravruddhikarakah Nasyat Kamalaparne Sthita Jalabinduhu Mauktikam Iva Shobhate Kila. That is that second one. Padmapatra Sthitam Toyam. Toyam is Jalam. Dhatte Dharanam Karoti. Muktapalashriam Dhatte. It takes the richness of a pearl. Wears the richness of a pearl. Beautiful. Mahajanasya samsargah kasya nonnati karakah padmapatra sthitam toyam dhatte mukta phalashriyam. Panchatantra. Guys, you should read the original, even if the ashraya of a Ashraya of a Vyakhya. It will be nice. There is a wonderful pair of books on Panchatantram by Samskrita Bharati, Dr. Vishwas Mahodaya. It is very illustrative to use that to study because it focuses on the Sanskrit aspect also. Okay, it's a very good book, pair of books to obtain. Now after your Kovida exam. Don't
Sir,
go there. No. Yeah.
Question about this last word mukta phala shriyam. So phala here is as in resultant.
Mukta phala is actually almost the rich fruit of a pearl.
Shriyam would be beauty.
Right? Beauty, some prosperity, or it could be any of those greatness involved. And also sometimes mukta phala can be taken to mean one bead of a muktikam also potentially. Okay. Phala can be taken in the bija sense.
Okay, sir.
Sometimes. Yeah.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Okay. So we continue our pursuit of samasas. Samasa. Today's is karmadharaya. We have progressed from Tatpurusha to Karmadharaya, which is actually from the Samanya Tatpurusha to Karmadharaya variant of Tatpurusha. Okay, so Tat Karmam Dharati iti Karmadharaya iti Prayah. I am not saying. Okay, so what is this Karmadharaya? If you remember in Tatpurusha Samasa, we found Dvitiya to Saptami. We kind of more focused on that, but there are very few ones which are called ardham palasya palardham, that which had a specific type of vigrahavakya, which was kind of, you cannot call it pratama tatpurusha just by that, but they categorize that as pratama tatpurusha sense, right? But here this karmadharaya is a little bit specific in this way. Tatpurushaha samanadhikaranaha karmadharayah. So what is this samanadhikaranaha? One with the same adhikarana, one with the same refuge, one with the same status, that sense. Okay, so purvottara padabhyam ekah eva padartha uchyate visheshana visheshya bhavaha vartate cha. So there is a visheshana visheshya bhava present which is called samanadhikaranaha. Okay, because the same vibhakti, vachana and linga etc. are used, right? So that one they are talking about. Okay, so lot of karmadharayas are named after the visheshana names also. You will see that. Okay, so this is the lakshana katana of karmadharaya. Tatpurushaha, I mean it is a tatpurusha variety, but it is a samanadhikarana variety within tatpurusha, and that is termed as karmadharaya. Okay, so
एकः प्रश्नः उच्यते भवति वा
उच्यते is ekavachana, उच्येते is द्विवचन.
पूर्वोत्तर पदाभ्याम कर्ता अस्ति, so उच्यते.
एकः is the karta, not padabhyam. एकः एव पदार्थः उच्यते. Padartha is told.
पदार्थः कर्ता. Okay.
I mean कर्म स्यात् कर्मणि प्रवाक्यं कर्म स्यात्, परन्तु प्रथमा विभक्तौ यदस्ति अत्र तस्य आधारेण उच्यते इत्यस्य वचनं कर्मणि प्रयोगे. Okay, karmadharaya is a subdivision of tatpurusha samasa. Therefore here also the meaning of the second word is important, just as in tatpurusha. The compound is mainly between nouns and adjectives. See, that adjective is the visheshana bhava. Okay, so that is the samanadhikarana being talked about. There are 9 subdivisions in karmadharaya. 6 are listed here, right? But 3 more I have added for your reference because it's a little deep. They have stuck to the a few varieties, so at least lessen the burden for you. There are 9 subdivisions of karmadharaya. Here we shall deal with 6 important types with examples. Okay, visheshana purvapadaha, upamana purvapadaha, upamanottara padaha, sambhavana purvapadaha, avadharana purvapadah, madhyamapada lopi. So you can see, and then further there is visheshana uttarapadah, visheshana ubhayapadah, that is mayura vyamsakadaya. This is a, what you call rest type of list. Okay, so that is that. So we will appreciate this classification only after we see the examples, then only. Though they mean something. Visheshana purva pada, very straightforward. Adjective is the first pada. The that which is described, what is it called? Adjunct? I don't know the English word. That is called, that is the uttara pada. So that's the visheshana purva pada. This is probably quite common. Usually this order will be dominance of the number of words typically, not necessarily. Where in the preceding word is an adjective, wherein, actually this is wherein, comma, the preceding word is an adjective. An adjective. So there is some grammar, English grammar error. Nilotpalam, Neelam Utpalam, blue lotus. Blue lotus in one word in Samskritam. Nilotpalam. Okay. So Neelam Utpalam. Neelam is in Pratama Vibhakti Napumsaka Ekavachana as a Visheshana to Utpalam, which is a Pratama Vibhakti Ekavachana Shabda. So, but that Neelam, that Pratyaya is taken out. Neela is taken. Neela plus Utpalam, A plus U, Guna Sandhi. Neelotpalam has happened. Okay, that's how the process is. So, there is a Sandhi there between Neela and Utpala. This Makara is gone because it's a Pratyaya that is deleted. And so Neelotpala Shabda will get generated. Further, since it's an Napumsaka Ekavachana, we make it Neelotpalam. We attach back the Pratyaya. Okay. Not always the Linga of the Utpala will come there. There are some samasas where Napumsakatvam will generate from even Pullinga references here. So we have to reattach the Pratyaya after Linga analysis. Okay. Neelam is an adjective to Utpalam, explained by them. Upamana purva padaha. So this is a subtle variation between Visheshana and Upamana. Visheshana is clearly describing an actual present quality of the Utpala or the lotus flower. Okay, but here in Upamana it will be little bit a comparative thing rather than a actual guna. It's a little bit of simile type of nature of the Purva Pada, wherein the preceding word is a standard of comparison. Okay, so here actually you will see this. Hima Sheetalam, Himam Iva Sheetalam. In the Vigraha also that Upamana Vachaka Iva will come. So we cannot say Himam Sheetalam. It will be inaccurate. Okay, so because the usage of Hima Sheetalam is to mean Himam Iva Sheetalam, cold or cool like dew, or you can even call it as Himam can be taken as snow. Okay, all right. Here a cool object is compared with a snow particle or a dew, and the word Hima, dew, preceding word is a word of comparison. Himam Iva Sheetalam. Okay, so Upamanottara Pada. Here the Uttara Pada is the Upamana in this thing. So because that is how the Abhyasa Bala is to put the Upamana later than the actual thing. Though technically now argue, is it Uttara Pada Pradhana? Is it not Purva Pada Pradhana? Is it not talking about Nara more like? Yeah, we don't, we give a little bracket, margin I should say, little margin. It actually, the Pradhana Pada is actually in the Purva Pada's part and the Upamana is in the Uttara Pada part. So let's anyway read it first. Upamanottara Padaha. Okay, why all this is in Pullinga? Samasa is a Pullinga, Samasaha. So Visheshana Purva Padaha means Purva Pada Samasaha, like that we should read. Okay, Narasimhaha, where the succeeding second word is a standard of comparison. So Naraha Simhaha Iva. Simha Iva is the Lopa there. Okay, Simhaha Iva. You can write Simhaha Iva. I wish they had written like that. Anyway, Naraha Simhaha Iva. Man like a lion. Narasimhaha. So you can kind of say the Simha Guna has been given little bit more Pradhanya than the Nara Guna. So that kind of sense also can be taken there as a Uttara Pada Pradhanya. Anyway, so the basically the Upamana Pada which is in the Uttara is more dominant than the Purvapada. The word Simha, denoting the standard of comparison, is the succeeding word here. They have not made any note about this, that actually though the target is Nara, the Simhapada is in Uttara position, so technically is it a Uttarapada Pradhana Tatpurusha rule honoring thing. I am giving a little margin saying Simha dominance is shown here, that sense. Okay, anyway, Sambhavana Purvapadaha. Okay, Sambhavana Purvapada, wherein the first word is a member of a certain class and the second word denotes that class. Okay, Sambhavana Purvapada. So there is a the Visheshana or something is more like a class and the Visheshya is more like a denotion for that class, something like that. Anyway, let us see example, it will be more clear. Here the latter word is Jati Vachaka and the former is a Vyakti Vachaka. Okay, so member. So Vyakti Vachaka comes before and Jati Vachaka comes later. It's like Amra Vriksha, very easy immediately to understand. Amra is a Vyakti of the Vriksha Vamsha and Vriksha is a whole larger. So this is the genus and this is the species. So this is the species genus type of thing. Sambhavana Purvapada. Remember it as species genus type of thing. Okay. It's easier for our modern biological knowledge to go with that. So of course, not always it will be Amra Vriksha and Kadali Pala. Like, there will be some other human type of examples also. Amra Vrikshaha, Amra iti Vrikshaha. Okay. Huh.
In Narasimha, this is a Tatpurusha.
Yeah, it is a Karmadharya Tatpurusha, which is a Upamanottara Pada. So yes, three attributes are there. It is a Samasa, number one. Next it is a Tatpurusha Samasa. Next it is a Karmadharya variety. Next it is Upamanottara Pada. Four qualities embedded in one.
So Tatpurusha, it is means the second word.
Yeah, given. Yeah. See here, Lakshana Katana of Karmadharya includes Tatpurusha definition. See, the Tatpurusha Samasa which has a Samanadhikarana is called Karmadharaya. That is the how we read that sentence.
Okay. So here Naraha Simha, even when we say, so the second part is Simha, but here we imply that man Naraha Simha Iva. The
Correct. In the end it is referring to a human being. Yeah, in the end.
Okay.
So, I mean, don't imagine Narasimha to be used always for our Narasimha god who is a lion god. No, it is a lion human mixture god like that. No, Narasimha, for example, Purusha Simha, Narasimha can be used for a great king. Shivaji Narasimha Asit, like that.
Okay. Dhanyavad.
So, thus Amra Vriksha, Amra iti Vrikshaha. So, here Amraha is the thing. Okay, Amraha iti. Again, I don't know why they have done the elision here. It's not to indicate the Pratipadika. It is just to take the Visarga Lopa that is available, and that confuses us because Amraha iti Vrikshaha. Okay. Avadharana. Yes.
Sir, in the Hindi book it's there.
Thanks, Bhagini. There it have written with the Visarga. Thanks.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So later edition it is. I think they have decided not to do the Lopa. It will confuse people. Avadharana Purvapadaha. Okay, wherein the emphasis is laid on the first word. Okay, see, though it is Uttarapada Pradhana, here it has twisted directly in the meaning. Avadharana Purvapadaha. Okay, this you will see actually instead of Eva, which means like, Eva is used. That means finally the target is Dhana only. But what is the Dhana? Vidya eva Dhanam, Vidya Dhanam. So for most of us, Vidya eva Dhanam. So we are Vidya Dhanikaha. Dhanikaha, Vidya Dhanikaha. So like that, Vidya eva Dhanam, Vidya Dhanam. Vidya eva Dhanam, Yasya Saha Vidya Dhanaha. Then that is a further Karmadharya extension into that thing. Here it is simply the kind of assignment to a Tanta version of that. Okay, personification. But here it is Vidya Dhanam, Vidya eva Dhanam. Knowledge itself is wealth. It's not about a person, it is about the wealth. So it is a Karmadharya. So the use of the phrase knowledge itself denotes the sense of certainty. Emphasis or avadharana. So avadharana means emphasis. So is on the first word. But anyway, the target is still in the end dhanam only. Aham balyavastayam vidyadanam arjitavan. Like that we can say. Madhyama pada lopi. So there is something extra needed in the vigraha vakya, and that extra word that is needed is lupta. Lopi is that which is absent. So the in between explanatory word in the vigraha is taken out. Such a karmadharya is called madhyama pada lopi. Again, chaya tharuhu, chaya pradhanaha taruhu. So some tree like a palm tree cannot be called chaya tharu. If somebody wants to stand in the chaya of a palm tree, especially coconut palm, at 12 o'clock, not exactly advised. It's the prime time for a leaf to fall. So chaya pradhanaha taruhu, chaya taruhu, something like a big banyan tree, things like that, shade prominent tree. Okay. Here the middle word pradhana, meaning prominent, has elided, has been removed in the compound. Therefore it is madhyama pada lopi karmadharaya compound. Okay. So yeah. So examples are more important for us to understand. Okay. I wish they had also given the lakshana katana in Samskritam, but at this time they are choosing in the whatever tongues of the respective books. Try to remember through that. Okay. So we can explain here. Purva padam visheshanam yatra tatra visheshana purva pada samasaha bhavati. Like this. Upamanameva purva padam yatra visheshanam bhavati tatra upamana purva pada bhavati. Like this you can write it in Sarla Samskrita, not too difficult. So there are few more are there. Just to know, not for you to struggle with them. Visheshanottara padaha vayyakarana khasuchihi. Visheshanobhaya padaha kritakritam kritam akritam cha kritakritam. That's also a kind of karmadharya, and that visheshana ubhaya pada karmadharya we call it. Okay, and then mayura vyamsakadaya is a generic class. Deshantaram. This is all too technical. For those who are doing very deep study, it will be important. So that's why they have, you can see, because it's very difficult to get into the mind frame of identifying them, they have kind of left out of the syllabus at this level. Okay, these are reasonably easier compared to the complexity involved in identifying those types of samasas. Okay, all right. So visheshana purva padaha upamana. One example also we'll read. Visheshana purva padaha nilotpalam nilam utpalam. Upamana purva padaha hima shitalam himam iva shitalam. Upamana iva. Upamana uttara padaha narasimhaha naraha simhaha iva. So the upamana comes later with the iva also following that. So see, the vigraha order is very important. We cannot write this vigraha simhaha iva naraha. So that is an incorrect vigraha vakya, because we never construct it as simha naraha. We construct it as narasimhaha, naravyagraha, narashardulaha, purusha simhaha, purusha shardulaha, purusha vyagraha. Like this we go. Many examples. Anyway, sambhavana purva padaha amra vrikshaha. Yes?
But it can come as nara eva simha.
Ayo, that kala we don't want. We want simha to be simha, not the worst species on the earth. Okay.
Mohdaya, Singha iva atrapi visarga bhavati va?
Simha iva. Tattaiva amraha iti. In the presence of a soft letter or a mrudu vyanjana or a swara, lopa can happen in some places. Akara purva visargasya lopaha bhavati. If you go back to Visarga Sandhi, you will see that. They shouldn't have done it, because we are studying the engineering of a Vigraha Vakya, including some complex Visarga Sandhi there and confusing us. We will think, oh, Pratipadika should be written, Pratipadika should be. No. This is Simha Iva, Amraha Iva. You cannot put in any Vakya, even in a Vigraha Vakya, you cannot put Asamskrita Pada. So this is Samskrita Pada because of Lopa. But we simpletons will think it is Pratipadika. That's all.
Mahodaya, Megha-Shyamah katam bhavati?
Megha iva Shyamah, Megha Shyamah. The darkness like Megha. Then the Ktanta application for Krishna or something like that follows. We don't use Yaha Saha. Okay, Yaha Saha is not applicable in Bahuvrihi. So there is a kind of Ktanta application we say. To make it Purusha assignment. Anyway, so let us read this much before we retire for the morning. I will quickly read this. Okay, to understand better, study the Karmadharaya Samasa words in the sentences below. Jaina Munihi Shvetambaram Dharati. Shvetam Ambaram. Shvetambaram. So again a Visheshana Purva Pada. Right? I wish I had highlighted that, but here you can quickly read here. Let's not go in the. So Shvetam Ambaram Shvetambaram. Okay, this is not Yasya Saha, nothing. Yaha Saha, no. This is the Ambaram only. Karmadharaya. It's not some Bahuvrihi. So no Yaha Saha. Yaha Saha is anyway illegal. Yasya Saha, Yena Saha, all those things are not going to come. You will see later. When you see the Bahuvrihi, you will come back and appreciate. Okay, Shvetam Ambaram Shvetambaram. So Shvetambaraha is a kind of a Taddita to personify it, you can say. Okay. Akashe Neelamegaha Drishyante. So Neelaha Megaha Neelamegaha Taha Te Neelamegaha Pullinga. So Te Neelamegaha is the explanation for Vibhakti and Vachana translation. Sorry. Akashe Neelamegaha Drishyante. See, Neelaha Megaha. Here they have done the pluralized Vigraha. This is kind of fine. This is clearly allowed. But I would go Neelaha Megaha Neelamegaha Te Neelamegaha. That is more Vyakarana lovable sentence. You will get more complete 1 mark rather than the 1 mark they will give for this. More happily they will give 1 marks. Okay. Krishna Ghanashyamaha Asti. See here, Bhagini, that's all. So Shyamaha is already attributed to Krishna. That's why it's a Karmadharaya and Shyama. So Ganaha Iva Shyamaha. So here it is a not Ganaha Shyamaha. Ganaha Iva Shyamaha. Okay. So dark like a cloud. Okay. Cloud is, darkness of cloud has been taken as a simile here. So Ganaha Iva Shyamaha. Okay, whereas Neela is a direct Varna, Shweta is a direct Varna, but Ghana is a cloud. But darkness is a very strong attribute of cloud. And so Ghanaha Iva Shyamaha, Ghanashyamaha. Megha-Shyamaha is also there. Okay. Megha-Shyama is also possible. Ghanashyama is also possible. And then you start with the word Shyama as a Ktanta applicant to somebody who is white. Dark, sorry. Okay. Hima Sheetalam Peyam Arogyaya Nabhavati. So we already saw a little bit like this. So Himam Iva Sheetalam Hima Sheetalam. Okay. Hima Sheetalam Peyam Arogyaya Nabhavati. See, the Bhudhatu has been used in the appropriate meaning. So cool drink is not appropriate for good health. Janakaha Rajarshihi. That's why we should learn how to use these dhatus in different senses. Okay. It's not the sense of ease or vartma. It is a sense of not appropriate. Janakaha Rajarshihi Asit. Raja Rishihi. Okay. So Raja Rishihi Iva. So this is Purusha Simha type. Okay. Still Raja. Still Janaka is still Raja. But he is a Rishihi Iva Raja. He had that kind of dharmic clarity, etc., that he is considered Rajarshi. So Raja Rishihi Iva Rajarshihi. So remember this. Sometimes these examples teach us more. Okay. Pramadvara. So some lady. Pramadvara Kara Kisalayena Pushpani Avachinoti. Kara Kisalayena. See, whoever is this lady Pramadvara, she has to pluck. Avachina chinoti means selects or picks, like that. So Pushpani, so she is picking flowers, but with Kara. But here the Kavi has added a guna to that Kara, Kisalaya guna. Okay, so and then kara kisalayena, and then that's a vibhakti viparyaya, with the hand, karana karaka. So here karaha kisalayaha iva, so purusha simha type only. Okay, so again what is this? Upamanottara pada karmadarayah. See this? Upamanottara pada karmadarayah. I wish they had named that also here. I wish I was not lazy enough to, instead of putting pictures, identify the type of thing, but that's okay. We are doing it live more or less. But when you see the Vigraha Vakya, you get it, how to map it. Okay. Okay, where are we? We are going. Too much time. So let us start with stop with Pramadvara, continue in the afternoon with the rest of the examples, analysis, and keep going. Okay, I don't want to push to 1 o'clock because we are going to meet again at 3. So we will do that. So thanks for joining today morning. We didn't have any disturbance on a Sunday morning like last week, so I'm happy. So see you all 3 o'clock again, guys. Continue learning. Namaste. Dhanyawad. Namaste. Namaste.